Hello, welcome. This is Jeff Byers. This is Annie 150, Introduction to 3D Modeling and Game Art. We're going to be taking your models, your dagger and your battle axe. We're going to be UV mapping, texturing, rendering, and presenting those objects, those assets. Okay, so you guys know the drill. You've done this. This is our 5th module, so you know how everything works. You're going to find my introduction that you're watching right now in this area right here. Make sure you watch the entire video. Don't skip over it and don't push through it. You guys can read all of this stuff, overview. Basically, this is going to be part 3. This is module 5, part 3. And this is the last part of this module. We're going to start something new in module 6, which is going to be exciting. But the idea here is that you're going to lay out the UVs for both the low poly dagger and the low poly battle axe. You're going to pack them in Udem tiles, okay? And you're going to take those, you're going to make sure you triangulate the low poly and make sure you have a high poly of that. So make sure you duplicate a couple duplications, duplicate it a couple times, the low poly, so you don't save over it and you have it. You also want to do a couple of duplicates of the battle axe as well. And then after you're done, we're going to bring it into Substance Painter. You're going to texture it. Now you already know how to do that. So basically I take you through it one more time, but I don't go into the specifics of texturing in Substance Painter. I make sure that you're set up and you bake the maps and everything is going well there, and then you're going to have to find the textures that you want to use. This is an example of what I ended up basically with Substance Painter, going to Substance Painter and getting everything textured and then bringing it back into Maya. This is what I ended up with, just to give you an example of what I'm looking for. Again, you can use whatever textures you'd like in the background, but I wanted to keep it pretty standard to medieval background, okay, stuff like that. So it gives you an idea what to look for. And then if you need kind of a recap on UV mapping, please watch that, and PBR texturing. And if you're comfortable with those, you can go ahead and skim through this part again. That's what we had last time. This is the part I think you should really watch again, okay? Introduction to Substance Painter is about 50 minutes long, but it's well worth it. And you can take notes and come back to it if you need help with something. The assignment again is to UV map, texture, and render the battle axe. And then here's the pieces that you have to watch. So again, while you're watching my video tutorials and into the content and my demonstrations, make sure that you watch a little bit of it and then pause it and then go ahead and go back and watch it again, rewind it back. And that's the nice thing about these videos. Now if I was lecturing all this stuff, I wouldn't have recorded that, so that's why I record all this stuff. And this is the nice thing about online that you won't get face to face, is that yes, you can ask questions that can come around face to face, but these demo reels are here 24/7, 24 hours a day. All right, so that's nice. You can watch them anytime you want. You can pause them, watch them over again, and continue working. And use the pause a lot. I take you through every single part of this UV mapping process, okay? The only part that I don't go in depth in is the texturing, because you already know how to apply materials. I already showed you, okay? So I think I show you how to do one material and then you're basically on your own, okay? And then I show you how to basically export it. So I show you how to export again, okay? And then apply the textures. I think I do it to one, and then you'll have to do it to the other, okay? All right. So with that said, it's up to you how you want to texture. This is a screenshot from Painter, which is pretty fun. Did some screenshots that way. Now I'm not asking for screenshots, but if I do sometime down the road in modules, these are the type of screenshots that I'd want to have. Okay. Anyway, I just wanted to show you that Substance Painter has some pretty good. I didn't even render this. This is just a screenshot. But we're going to render in. We're going to render in Maya. So I take you through the lighting and rendering the dagger and the battle axe. So please watch that. And this is a big one. Whenever we UV map and texture, there's a lot of stuff to try to remember. And if you get stuck on something and you need help with something, please go back to the module 2. Now module 2 was the food can. How I lighted that. It's a basic lighting scenario. I go a little further with that. I actually take it and actually add more lights to it to get a better looking image. But and then we use a different HDR image. Now we're using an outdoor. I show you how to do an outdoor scene. So basically, congratulations, you're all finished. There isn't a turn-in video because you're only turning in 2 renders. Okay, that's it. I already graded you on your modeling. I already graded you on your low poly and your high poly model, so I don't need any screenshots on that. So the idea here is that you're now getting totally, you're getting graded totally on texturing and rendering, right? UV mapping, texturing, rendering. So make sure you read this very carefully, okay? All right. So make sure you put your name on every file. That's important. So your turn-in instructions and deliverables are really easy. So you have your low poly and you have your battle axe models, your low poly battle axe models. Both of those, I need an MB, an FBX, and OBJ. Okay. You'll turn in those textures. Okay, so all the textures that you have, you can turn them in as a PNG or a JPEG. I'll try to cut that out. And then you're going to turn those in. Now, those will be your base mesh, or your base color. Okay, base color maps. You're going to have, and let me show you what they are. So the maps you're going to need, I'll just show you what I have here. Are going to be into my folder here. Alright, so this is what they're going to look like over here. So you can see that we've got the roughness map, the normal map, the metalness, and we don't need the height map, so I only need the base color, the metalness, and the roughness, and the normal. So you'll need to have 4. Okay, so base color, again, the roughness, the metalness, and the normal maps. Okay, I will not need to have the height map. Okay, all right. So I need those maps from you so I can take a look at those and see how those look. I also need the basic raw map, which is what you saved out. Okay, and that should have a 0, 1, and that will be black. Remember I talked about that. And that's what you need to turn into as well. So you need that raw UV map, okay? And that looks like this right here. It's a Photoshop map. I need to have those. I'll need to have all 4 of them, okay? So that looks like this. It's black and white, and it shows me the layout of your texture. And go ahead and save that out. You can open those up. That's the blade. And so you'll have 4 for the dagger, and you'll have 5 for the battle axe. Okay, so make sure you turn those in. Alright, that's really important. Alright, so those are in there. So you get the idea. So let's go back to where we were here. Why am I in here? What happened here? Kick me back out of here. Okay. And let's go all the way back down again. So this is what I'm going to be grading you on. Okay. So deliverables, again, make sure you turn in all your textures. Okay. And you need to give me 2 renders. Okay, so it's really important that the renders look really, really good. You're going to create a subfolder. You're going to create a main folder with your first and last name on it, ANY150 Module 5. And you'll have a subfolder called Scenes, another subfolder called Source Images. So in your scenes, you'll turn in your MB, FBX, and OBJ file of both the low poly dagger and the low poly battle axe. Okay, you need to have those in there. You'll create a subfolder called Source Images, and you're going to put your textures, all your textures in there, and we talked about that. You're going to talk about the base color maps, the roughness map, the metalness maps, and the normal maps. Only 4. I only need 4, but you're going to have a lot of them. Okay, and you can give me a PNG, which is what we saved out of Substance Painter, and that's what you're going to be giving me. And you're going to give me that the raw maps. You're going to have 4 for the 4 raw maps. They're black and white. Remember, I just showed you those. You'll have to have 4 of those in there, and you'll have that's for the dagger, and then 5 for the battle axe. Okay. All right. Don't forget those. And you can see that's where the base right there. The renders, you'll have 2 of those. And we decided to do 2K. Now I'm going to change this. So it says HD 1080, but I want 2K. Okay. They'll be square, right? Just like that. Okay. And I'll show you how to do that in the video. And then you'll place all of those maps into the main folder, and then you'll zip it up, and then you'll upload it and submit it. Submit the assignment in Module 5. Okay. Here's my examples again of the dagger, and then the example of the battle axe. If you can get it looking really good and clean, and with the shadow, you're good to go. Okay. Hopefully you have fun texturing, and you have a good time rendering it and lighting it. So I'm looking forward to see your work, and I will see you in Module 6. All right. Have a good day and have a good week.